So here's me playing against the number 37th player in Norway. So his highest ranking was number 25 in men in Norway, maybe even a little bit higher. But either way, so here's what happens when a two-time Olympian and ex-Australian number one plays one of Norway's best male players. So first point, keep in mind, like if what we're doing here works against each other, it definitely works against the opponents that you guys watching are playing against, given I'm targeting club level players. So we don't know each other. I've only seen him beat my student. So I know this guy has a very good serve, very heavy spin. So very early days. So I serve topspin and he hits a flicks, reasonably strong. I play down the line thinking it's great. He hits a winner. But then again, it's early days. So given I'm 2-1 up, given it's now 2-2, I'm not drawing any conclusions. When you don't know someone, you want to quickly find out what wins points, what is losing points, and so forth. And you want to find something that's going to win you the game. So early on, I get a good feeling that when he serves really heavy, if I can push that ball short, he's going to feel under pressure, he's going to be late, he's going to let me attack first. But I'm just not quite sure yet. By this certain point, I have a good feeling his short game is not amazing. So at a higher level, it's definitely a big holder to pick on. So my student, when he played him before this, wasn't quite able to return his serve short. But here, I feel confident to do so. So here, I'm just serving no spin, serving top spin, so that if he flicks, it has to be extraordinary. Otherwise, I'm really gonna, come forward on the next ball, put him under pressure. Every now and then, I'll mix a long serve at the start to see what he's doing, but also so that he doesn't know it's always coming short, and that drops his return to serve quality. So here you see a mistake. He served it half long. I probably should have spun it up, gone around and top spin, but I didn't. So we make some mistakes. It's all part of it. You move on. See, there we go. I'm able to make it ugly for him, drop it short. I played a low, quite dead backhand that I wasn't comfortable of putting heavy topspin on, but it won me the point. So here you go. I'm serving. Again, he's just directly going long. He's like, nah, I don't want to play this short game stuff with him. And I also don't want to flick to Hemming because then he's going to hit the next ball strong. See, this is a pattern a lot of you guys can, really should get better at. Serving low topspin or no spin, expecting a flip, boom, and then both sides being able to hit it strong. Or also if they push it, you're able to hit it, kill a high ball. Here I played a high serve, he flicked it wide, but I managed to still make it. So I was really happy with that. And by this point, I don't remember exactly what the score is, but I know that once I push his serve short, he's really late to come in, right? He's really not that good here. So I'm looking for every opportunity to attack. If he serves short, I'm going to push short, step out to attack. He's not dropping it back short again. If he serves half long, I'm going to get the first spin, make it dirty. See that one there, my serve sat up a little bit. He played a stronger flick than I thought, and I just didn't quite catch it. But I was ready for my backhand, which is a big key. See, this is important, right? Because I served long, expecting that he was going to spin. Then I play a counter spin, he makes another 2 blocks, and then I'm playing another two top spins. A lot of you guys will play, and then you're sort of surprised when the opponent blocks it back. It's like, don't be surprised. If your opponent makes you play 5, 10 top spins even, be ready to play. It's such an important mindset that, when I was young, good coaches did really beat that into me. It's like, even if he makes you play 20 top spins, be ready. So second set, I've got a good idea how he plays. But then again, I want to win this 3-love. I don't want to mess about. I don't want to give him confidence and suddenly he's able to make balls that he didn't make in the first set. So I serve long. He wins the first point, but it's early days in the second set. See there, I got quite lucky. He did push back short and I was very late. But you see, just getting that extra ball on, it's annoying every time someone just gets a ball on, even if it's not the highest quality. So for some reason, I just decided, let's see what happens if I actually banana flick, right? Because then I am getting in first, and he is serving short a lot of the time, right? So why not? You can banana flick if you want to against him. Banana flick doesn't work. I see there he just served blatantly long, right? He's not quite sure. I sense he's not quite sure what serve is going to win him the point. But back to the topic of banana flick. It doesn't work against a lot of the opponents you play because they just blatantly serve long. See, when I look at his short push technique, his pushing technique, I just know that that's not one that works to consistently push short. So I'm just going to majority of the time just keep serving short. See, again, I get to open again. I get to open. He makes some good blocks sometimes, so just don't let it rattle you if he hits a good shot. But you see, I'm just relentlessly getting the first spin, trying to place it well, trying to put a lot of spin on it. And if he blocks it back, I'm trying to murder the next one. If he plays back short, I'm putting it back short. it's like these are hard tactics to execute because you've got to judge a serve, push it back successfully short. You got to have the correct angle, and if he does push long or half long, you got to be at the ball. You got to successfully make it over. This sounds simple. It's actually really hard, right? But if you can do it, look at that. I'm willing to, in an ugly way, I'm willing for it to feel ugly and just spin the ball on, even if he just digs the ball at me. And I give him all that topspin back. A lot of you guys should do it, but you don't. And it does stop you from winning matches. Because if this works against someone who's currently 37 in Norway, in men, 100% it works against someone who's 1,800, 1,900, 2,000 in the US ATT ratings, or the players that you guys are playing against. Unless you're a professional, this works. See, there you go. See, he just spins up to my backhand, right? It's like my defense at my level is not amazing, not great at all, but just getting the first spin to me, it worked. All right, so here we go. So he just serves long topspin. I just get around, I stay strong in my core, and I just make it over, right? It's just being willing to win the point ugly, being willing to get the first spin and put pressure on him. Especially if you're seeing point after point, you're just getting it. Just don't change tactics. Just keep doing what you're doing. See, even then, right, just he gets a first spin. I sense that he's not able to shorten his stroke and play against the quick block. So if he gets a first spin, I'm just going to keep blocking, giving him the kick back on it, and he struggles with it, right? So it's little tactics like this that actually separate better players from players that are not as good at a higher level, right? So just how can this all help you? I hope it gives you insights as to how simple not table tennis needs to be. Not only can be, but you must make table tennis simple, because the truth is it's not about hitting exercises like 2 backhands, 2 forehands, and then the stronger you hit against that, the better you become. You have to be good against backspin. You have to be good at making first spins on against half long serves. You have to be at a higher level. You have to be able to push short, but at anything that's below 2,000 US ATT ratings, you have to be able to get the first spin on the table. Simply put, it's such a skill to have. Whether they serve side spin long, whether they serve side spin top spin, whether you serve and they push half long, whether the push is heavy, whether the push is empty, you've got to be able to make them. And a lot of you don't do this. A lot of you miss these balls, or you don't feel confident to go around and go for it because you haven't built that trust in practice, right? It's not that, you feel, as soon as pressure hits, I fail. It's not that. It's under pressure, it highlights what you're not efficient at. Under pressure, you want to win. To not feel pressure is ridiculous, right? Even this is a practice match. I want to show my student that I'm winning. Like, I'm a human being. I want to show my student that I'm able to beat the guy who's number 1 in his club. I want to show, everyone wants to show their boss, right? So, of course, I want to win. I want to win 3-0. So, I will use what I trust. Same with you guys. You will use what you trust. And if you don't trust it, well, it's a sign that you haven't built that skill correctly in training. And that could be for a number of reasons. That's because you haven't identified what the issue truly is and how to fix that issue, which is hard if you don't have someone who's able to teach you that, right? So anyway, that's enough of my rant for that one. But yeah, let's keep going. So the same tactics work. My job is to not let the foot off the gas, because it's best of 5. Even if it's best of 7, anything can happen, right? Like, he can just suddenly make a miraculous comeback. He can beat me 3-2 by winning every set 11-9. Anything can happen. He can make a turnaround. He can start taking some risks that fluctuate my confidence downwards. It makes him more confident. See, it's not the best push, but I'm just trying to keep every ball on table. I'm just trying to make him play. Because just one extra ball, especially when it's back to the backhand, one extra ball can be the thing that wins you the point. See there, I make a good serve. He flicked really soft for our level. And I'm like, all right, thanks, baby. I'm just going to pummel that straight into your middle, right? And especially when you play taller guys, bigger guys, play into their middle, play wide. You should do that anyway, because the placement makes such a big difference. But against bigger guys, you can definitely utilize those placements. So you see his level truly shine here, right? Like, you don't get to 20 in Norway in men by not being good. And you see that I spin it and he counterspins it. But for the most part, my spin-ups have been better than that. There you go. See, just making that extra. If you push long, you've got to expect your opponent to topspin, right? A lot of you push long, then you're shocked when they topspin. But anyway, what I was saying was, like, my spin-ups have been better than the one he counterspun. So I just know that just keep doing what you're doing. Don't get flustered by the fact that he made a counterspin. Don't get thrown off. Don't change tactics now, right? Very important. A lot of you do this. When you find a working tactic, you 2-love up, you start to go, let's just try something different. No, stay in the same tactic. There's no need to change. If you think about, there's no need to change. Even if your opponent knows what you're doing, it does not matter. Unless you're playing T-Mobile or top 150 in the world players, you do not need to change. Think about it, right? If you have an issue and your opponent keeps picking on it, it's a long process for you to actually be able to fix that. You can't fix that on the spot in the match. You need to identify the issue correctly, which most people never do with their matches, right? You need someone who's able to look at it and point out what you should do better. Then you need to go through a process of fixing that, which takes 3 to 4 steps, right? You need to be able to fix that skill, then do it in training when you don't know where the ball's coming. Then you need to be able to do it under match pressure, right? Going from being able to do it when you don't know where the ball's coming to a certain skill to match pressure is actually a much easier step than just getting the skill set correct in the first place, right? But anyway, my point is, if you have a working tactic against someone and you're not playing professionals, it's gonna work for the whole match if you just keep doing it, right? If you're playing T-Mobile and if you find a tactic that works, right, it's only gonna work for 3 to 8 points because he's going to know what you're doing, right? He's played a lot of matches. And 2, he has every skill set in the book. So he's easily going to be able to adapt and just your tactic's not going to work. But if you're not playing world-class players, once you find a winning tactic, stick to it. If that's one message that you take away from this video, please take that message away. So see me here early on, I find I'm quicker than the guy. When I say I'm quicker, I'm not trying to hit the ball earlier. I see his serve. I'm able to pick up, is it short or long, what spin it is. Because of that, I'm able to make an effective short push and always attack first. If he serves half long, I'm going to attack first. If he serves long, I'm going to spin first. I'm going to put him under pressure. If I serve, he gives me opportunity, I'm going to attack first, right? It's very hard for him to win 3 sets by always being on the back foot. So I'm just going to continue that tactic and it gets me the win 3 love. So I hope that helped. So if you want to build the short push, the first step to doing it so that you can actually use it in a match is by simply doing it just one ball at a time against the plain backspin serve. You want to first nail the shot and become really good at doing it, taking the ball off the bounce, having very minimal movement so you can just stop the ball on your opponent's side, low and short. This is going to force them to come in and you can always attack. So here, you see me just practicing this shot individually. Once you get confident at that, you've got your head in, you've got your elbow close to your body, you're able to really do it well, then you've got to learn to be able to do it against different spins. Once you do that, you then got to be able to learn to do it against short or half long because let's face it, the opponents that you're playing against, a lot of their serves, much more than you think, will actually come half long. A lot of balls come half long. It's just that you don't pick it up because often a lot of players are standing way too high. They're not getting low enough, right? So relative to the table, those balls, they feel short, but they're actually half long. This happens every time with every student I've coached, right? There's so many more half long opportunities than they think when the opponent returns their serve, when the opponent serves to them. So what next after this, you might ask? So once you're confident with pushing short and flicking, which we haven't covered in this video, but once you're confident with these two, you then want to be very good at top spinning against half long balls. And then you want to do an exercise like this. So here, my student Noah, I'm demonstrating for him. He's feeding me short or half long, and I've got my racket above the table. I've got to make a quick decision once I see him feed me the ball. I've got to make an eye judgment of whether the ball is half long or long, and then I've got to make an actual decision of whether I'm going to physically play a push, a flick, or if I'm going to play a topspin. Now, you're going to be able to make a better decision when you first judge it, when you actually see, is it high, is it half long, is it short? So people who have become very good at this, which is the Chinese, the amount that the Chinese have done this, when I did this with them when I lived in China as a kid, is crazy. And they're so good at this. But to be good at this, you first have to be willing to feel silly, to look silly, and like anything, that's how you become a master of it. When you have the right information, but then when you first do it, you're not quite good at it until you do become good at it. So there you go. That's how you then become good at this in a game. Hey guys, if you found this video helpful, I do offer in-person coaching and online coaching together. I do fly around the world to meet the students that I have that are in other countries, to coach them, to identify through matches where they're going wrong and exactly how to set up practice to fix these issues. And then I meet them in person to really make sure that we get improvement on steroids. So if you're stuck and you really want to know that you're doing this correctly, you want guidance from someone like myself, shoot me a message I'll send it in the comments below. I'll send you ways that you can contact me, and then let's talk about getting you started, seeing some improvement. Now, of course, like anything, I'm not going to promise how much improvement. Partially that is on you. There's things that I don't control, like your talent level, your beginning state, your beginning point, your problems. This is strictly not for beginners, I will say that. But if you can already backhand and forehand topspin, certainly I can help you. And if you're someone who's willing to be coached, willing to learn, it would be my honor to potentially fly down to your city and coach you one-on-one. So if you're interested, check the comment below. I've put in social links that you can contact me from, and let's talk about potentially working together.